What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, Duel commentary. We've got Benel 21, 1501 versus Bankai 305, 1351. Benel asked me to watch his or her game, so I was like, okay. I guess, I assumed that Benel was playing something innovative, so I was like, all right, well, I'll check it out and I'll record it, and hopefully we get a good game out of it. Okay, so Benel basically opened up with all the draw power you could possibly want in a turn one play. He's already used, or he or she has already used Upstart, then he duality'd for Koa'ki, and now, or excuse me, he duality'd for, I believe, Vanity's Emptiness, and yeah, he has too many cards in his graveyard. He should only have two. I think he didn't put the cards back for Pot of Duality. So Duality and Koa'ki go back to the deck. He has Vanities in hand as one of his known cards, and he's going to shuffle them back up, total fixable game state, and then he's going to play Koa'ki and draw a couple of cards. So a really strong opening. I mean, that's deck thinning to the max right there. You have Upstart, Duality, and Koa'ki in turn one. It's not like, you can do much on your first turn anyway, so why not establish, speed? Get through your deck, get through your power cards before your opponent does. You already get to set up defensively with two really good cards. I mean, this could be like a Torrential and a Warning, or like a Breakthrough skill and a Bottomless. I mean, you got good options there. Alright, so Bankai opens up with Tenki. By the way, I love that name. I love any names that refer to anime. I'm going to be making a couple more anime videos very shortly. I'm going to have probably one on Hunter x Hunter, and then the one that I've been meaning to do forever on the finale of Attack on Titan. So Bankai is either playing Bujin's Fire Fist or Constellars. I'm going to say, alright, so he's playing Fire Fist. He gets himself a Wolf Bark. I think down comes Bear. Down comes Bear. And I really hope Benel didn't leave his field open, because that's no bueno. Can't leave your field open in this format. Oh, he left his field open. Alright, so he eats 1700. And his opponent gets a free Tenki from the deck, triggering Bear's effect. Probably just going to set it. Maybe set one or two Speller Traps and just pass turn. Nope, he fires back with his own duality. And then, okay, it's Quake Meiru. And he plays a little bit of what's it called? Trap Tricks in there. So he takes Diamond Core, which is amazing. Quake Meiru it actually operates very similar to Bujin's, to be honest. Like the way that it's kind of a protect the castle deck, I guess you could say. So Diamond is activated, and that's going to get himself a copy of the Iron Core. And then Diamond has just it has such a nice effect. The fact that it's a Speller Trap that you can banish from the graveyard and trigger. So unlike Hair, you don't have to worry about that pesky old don't have to worry about those pesky Soul Drains. Now Benel flips over Roll Decree, and he's got his opponent locked down for 4. And I believe that is okay. So he activates Return of the Monarchs. And then Soul Exchange comes down. And he might tribute for the Vanities. Oh, Majesty's Fiend. Oh, shit. Majesty's Fiend on top of a Roll Decree. Dude, that's going to be fucking hard to get around. You're talking about not being able to use any monster effects and no traps. Damn. That is incredible. So, let's see. Majesty's Fiend is... Damn, that's gonna be hard. I'm surprised the card's $20 though. Is it like a secret rare or something like that? So what does Return of the Monarchs actually do? It cannot be special summoned. You can't. Okay, add one. Oh, when you tribute summon, you get to add a Monarch from your hand. 2400 attack, 1000 defense. AKA a Monarch. Oh, he's got Breakthrough skill, and he just wanted to activate it so that he could use it on a. So that he could use it off field. Roll Decree obviously face up hurts. But yeah, it looks like he just wanted to activate it so that he could get it in the graveyard. So he does have a way to get around Majesty's Fiend. And it looks like he's going to trigger that way right here and now. So Benel doesn't seem too concerned. Another Tenki is activated. The Tenki that we already knew about. I mean, he could just go Bear Pop. But at that point, what are you really searching for? Like I want to make the biggest monster that I can. I'm trying to look at what else this card does. I know it has multiple effects. Okay, it looks like it can add a Mega Monarch. I guess that's all it does. It's just you either add a Monarch or you add a Mega Monarch. So, okay. Bankai activates Urnite by revealing the Iron Core. That's probably going to get himself a Crusader. 101 looks attractive. I don't think you go for Tiger King because it can't beat over that. Never mind. Tencent changes everything if he goes for Wolfbark. Whoa, just thought about that. If he goes for Wolfbark, this can get ugly. He does. He goes for Wolfbark plus Bear. I imagine he's going to exceed those. You know what? Actually, he can go for he could go for King Tiger right now because King Tiger with 3 cards in the back row with 3/5 formations can just beat over this motherfucker. So he goes for Diamond Direwolf. And now, oh, he's going to target one of his own guys. They can't be destroyed by battle. So, yeah, he targets Urnite to get rid of Royal Decree. Okay, that makes sense. He wants to be able to use his traps. Although, with this many back row, it's like, do you really want to protect your traps at this point? Like, you might only have one good trap there. He's going to exceed using Crusader and Urnite. Although, this way, you could argue that with the Direwolf, he gets 2 pops because if it lives, he can pop on his opponent's next turn. Like, this is one of those decks that I feel like it should be cheaper. Okay, so now he brings out the Karanogan. Not super familiar with the card. I know what it does. If your opponent uses the effect that targets one monster, you can change that target to another target. So I guess you can make your opponent like Monarch themselves. I think the reason he summoned it is because its attack is like buku. I mean, its attack is 2450, so that's pretty damn high. Now, Benel plays Karkardi. I'm not sure outside of Battle Fader, like, how I'm supposed to react to that. Because you can draw 2 cards, but he has game on board. And you kind of have to get rid of something because you got, what, 7 in hand? 3, 3, 1, 7. He has too many cards in hand. He gets rid of Mobius, which wasn't going to do much anyway. Actually, I guess Mobius could have went for the 2 traps. And it looks like Bankai is just going to try and attack for game. And Benel's thinking. Now, whatever this trap is right here must be damn important if he wanted to go through all of that, getting rid of that Royal Decree, just to activate 1 trap. I mean, maybe you could argue that he drew this card, and this is an important trap, but I don't know. So, Benel takes the attack. Maybe he has Jack Frost. That's the only card I can think of. Oh, and that's exactly what he has, Jack Frost. I was like, you took 1 attack, so what's the dealio? So Jack Frost activates, and it doesn't target, so looks like he's going to put Diamond Direwolf face down. Never mind, he gets hit with Solemn Warning. Okay, so that's the reason. Warning was the only card that I could think, okay, that's important enough to where I would want to blow up the Decree just so I could use 1 card. Like, warning, I was like, Warning and Warning. I was like, Warning or Solemn Judgment, but that's banned. So anyways, Bankai takes the game in commanding fashion. It really did look like Benel was going to open him up. The problem is breakthrough skill is just too strong, man. That's why I run 3 breakthrough skill. It's not just for that first it's not just for that first negate. It's just the fact that it dodges Royal Decree, and you can trigger, like, I think Lockdown has pretty much died in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, like, breakthrough skill just shits on Lockdown. Like, your opponent has that Dweller or that Abyss Gaios, or I'm trying to think of other, like, really good Lockdown cards. Herald of Perfection, Gladiator Beast, Heraclinos, Christia, and you're just like, oh, okay, use, activate breakthrough skill and then use it from the graveyard. And once you use it from the graveyard, you can't negate it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't wiretap it from the graveyard once it's there. Like, I actually had somebody DD Crow my breakthrough skill. I had somebody at that point I was like, man, you know a card's strong. You know a fucking trap is strong when someone will DD Crow a fucking trap. I have never seen that happen. So it looks like Benel opens up with Duality, sees Vanity's Fiend, Caius, and I don't know what that is. Jester Comfit. You can special summon this card face down. Attack position. If you do, damn it. If you do, return this card and add 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Oh, okay, so you return this card and one card your opponent controls. I don't know how I feel about that card. I think what Benel should be playing, like granted, Roll Decree is nice because it can lock out a lot of traps and stuff. But I think maybe what he should be playing is, I forget what the name of the card is. Oh, he plays card D and he's going to draw some cards. That card, that what's it called? The fucking card that lets you, after it resolves the trap, it immediately lets you tribute something. That card is fucking wicked. You know what I mean? Because you can tribute something during your opponent's turn in their battle phase. That's nuts. Like that shit is nice. I mean, you imagine your opponent's like attack and you're just like, oh, okay, Caius during their battle phase. Like, man, I thought that was part of the reason why Ultimate Offering got banned. You could just summon during your opponent's turn and you can just block their attacks. You use it as many times as you want. All right, so Bankai opens up with Tenki. Now this is looking exactly like the first duel. Benel opened up with Karkardi and set 2, and then Bankai opened up with Tenki, then search Wolfbark, and then attack with Bear. So this is looking identical to the last duel. I guess depending on what he has in his hand will tell us whether he's going to go for Bear or Urnite. I mean, alright, so he goes for Urnite, the home run. Although Bear, you could argue, is a home run too, because if Bear successfully attacks, then you just get more cards. He plays Diamond Core, getting himself an Iron Core, and that's good because now he has protection from Bottomless or Torrential. We didn't even see those in Benel's first duel, not to mention he plays Decree. So I would say the chances of him having those cards are already pretty low. Now, he doesn't play Urnite at all. In fact, he plays Myrmilio. Maybe he just wanted to thin his deck. He searches out Bottomless Trap Hole. And he's probably just going to try and attack. And that's exactly what he does. This could be a bad position for Benel because having all those Monarchs against a Bottomless, that's not good. And now Bankai sets 3. Goes back to Benel. Sets another card. And he had better be careful here because I anticipate Bankai will attempt to go off during his next turn. He plays Upstart, but he's not really gaining any ground there. He's in a tight position to where something like Dark Hole wouldn't really help. You see he plays MST, a blind MST, might I add. And what's he going to hit on Bankai's field? He hits that Bottomless, that ever so elusive Bottomless. Maybe you go for like a Soul Exchange Mobius play here and try and get rid of both back row. I mean, that's a good option. Okay, so he Soul Exchanges. He's going to Soul Exchange for 1. So 1 Tribute Monster coming down. Oh, wait a minute. He plays March of the Monarchs. Tribute summon monsters cannot be targeted by effects or destroyed by card effects. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck. Okay, so he goes for Vanity's Emptiness, Vanity's Fiend, which cannot be destroyed by effects. It can still be destroyed by battle, but with 2400 attack, I mean, what's going to destroy it in battle? He activates Reckon Power, and I believe that's a counter trap that just negates like everything. Never mind, it destroys all face downs. Yeah, I actually had somebody use that against me, and he plays Dark Bribe on it. Not bad, not bad. It's essentially like Delta Crow Anti-Reverse and Black Wings. It's very similar to that, except you don't really have to have like any monsters on board. Now, Bankai plays Tenki, and you just know that he's going to go for Bear. Nope, he goes for Gorilla. Benel better have a decent card back there. He's going to activate the effect. He has to pay the cost first, sending a Tenki to the graveyard. And so it looks like Benel wants to chain. And I don't know what this card is either. Escalation of the Monarchs once per turn during your opponent's battle phase. Immediately. Wait, during your opponent's May phase. Or this is the card that I was talking about. As soon as it resolves, you contribute summon. So he's going to go Caius on Gorilla. Which I imagine he's doing that before Gorilla activates its effect. Because if not, then technically Gorilla's effect would still kick in. Escalation of the Monarchs. That was the card that I'm talking about. So what exactly is he targeting? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Gorilla's still going to resolve. I'm not sure why Benel didn't just do that on the summon of Gorilla. Like I wouldn't have even I wouldn't have let him activate Gorilla's effect if I already had it in my mind that that was what I was going to do. Because now you lose your protection of March of the Monarchs. Now he flips over Royal Decree to lock out this back row, and then he plays Upstart. But man, he's kind of top decking now, and he doesn't really have a way against to fight against Urnite. Although I guess he technically does now. He plays that Vanity's Fiend, and looks like he's going to attack. Just seems like he wasted a lot of cards there. March of the Monarch seems like a card that would have been good because it protects him from Dark Hole. Oh, never mind. His opponent once again had Breakthrough skill, and he's going to trigger it, and he's going to get his chest kicked in. Breakthrough skill is way too strong of a card. Even if you know your opponent plays Royal Decree, keep those Breakthrough skills in, because you can still activate them from the graveyard. So it looks like he's going to play Crusader and just attack. Maybe he has Book of Moon. Okay, he has Lance. I mean, just as good. And Vanity's Fiend dies, and then he's going to trigger Crusader. So he gets the Diamond Core back to his hand. For some reason, I thought that this guy only searched monsters. I guess it searches any any Koa'ki card once it activates its effect. So if it gets Diamond Core, that's even better, because then Diamond Core just lets you search. So then he can reveal Urnite obviously during the end phase as the cost for this guy's maintenance effect, which he already has one Urnite in his hand, so it's not like that was a surprise or anything. So Benel has the Red Train, Jester Confit, which he doesn't take, and obviously he's not going to take Lance. He doesn't have any monsters to work with. He takes the Red Train, which it should live for a turn. The problem is, what do you actually do with it? Like, I guess technically it can't be OTK'd. Wait, no, I think you can. I think it just can't be destroyed. I think you can still target it. So I think you can still use the pirate ship on it and hit your opponent for 1,000. Obviously, you want to curb what you're going to do here if you're Bankai. You don't want to put too many monsters on board. Although, I guess it doesn't really matter either way. I wouldn't invest too many monsters on board because you can't get the job done this turn, even if the pirate ship works on it. You know what I mean? You can't OTK still. So what he's doing is exactly what I would do. I just get another Crusader. I try and attack with everyone. Once my opponent dropped the Red Train, I go for the pirate ship and just attack, or excuse me, and just activate the effect. Because you never know what Benel might be able to top deck. He's going to go into an Xyz, probably Tiger King, just so he gets a tanky and continues to make advantage. And that's what he goes into. Man, talk about being cheap. I remember when this motherfucker was like $17, and now he's less than $1. Yet this card's $25 a pop. That's crazy. So he plays Tenzin, and then he plays another Urnite, which I assume he's going to trigger. And he does, in fact, trigger it. The problem is, what Xyz can actually stop Red Train from coming out? Because I don't know of any outside of Doka, and I don't see Bankai making Doka this turn. I just don't. Maybe he has like MST plus like DNA surgery he can activate from the hand. Outside of that, I don't know how he's going to do it. So anyways, I believe that Crusader attacked. Oh wait, you know what? Does Red Train only survive one attack? Because if so, then Benel's fucked. Because all of these guys are super powered by Tensu and Tenki. Let me just read you right quick, Red Train. Oh, yeah. See, it doesn't die by that battle. So, yeah, I'm guessing that still he's going to lose. Because he really only needs, like, what, one attack to go through at this point? I guess the cowboy aspect is pretty much irrelevant. But, I've seen some people play this card in Madoche. Outside of that, not sure where else I would want to play it, because for all intents and purposes in a basic Monarch deck, I think Battle Fader is just better because Battle Fader just stops their battle phase completely. You know, it being level 3 doesn't really add anything to your deck. In fact, conventional wisdom would say that Battle Fader being level 1 makes more sense in a Monarch deck because, you know, it works with Treeborn Frog. You can actually exceed with it. So, Red Train dies, and Bankai only needs one more attack to essentially end this game. And at that point, this game is over. Koa'ki is not going to save him. At this, I would say Banel lost because he had way too many dead cards. He was getting +1s from his draws. They just weren't accumulating into anything. And every time he had Decree, he tried to go for a lockdown, but Breakthrough skill just completely cracked his lock. Thank you guys for watching, as always.